I'm about to show you the things you realize about crypto after getting started. Take notes on this because it'll blow your mind. Look, I've been diving deep into the crypto world, and what I discovered will completely change how you think about digital investing. We're talking about sophisticated pump and dump schemes that most people don't even realize they're caught up in, the brutal reality of why 90% of new crypto investors lose money in their first 6 months, and the psychological traps that keep you throwing good money after bad. But here's the thing, it's not just about the money you lose, it's about the entire ecosystem that's designed to keep you confused and constantly buying. From the artificial liquidity that disappears the moment you need it most, to the coordinated groups manipulating prices across multiple wallets to create fake momentum. And honestly, some of what I found made my stomach turn. So if you're already invested or thinking about getting started, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch out for and why the crypto game is rigged in ways most people never see coming. Let me start with something that's going to sound controversial, but I need you to hear this. The first thing you realize about crypto after you start investing is that almost everything you thought you knew was wrong. And I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like volatility or the fact that prices go up and down. I'm talking about the fundamental structure of how this entire market operates. When I first got into crypto, like most people, I thought I was investing in revolutionary technology. I thought I was getting in early on the future of finance. I thought the people making millions were just smarter or luckier than me. But after months of research, tracking wallet movements, analyzing transaction patterns, and talking to people who've been in this space for years, I realized something that made me question everything. The crypto market isn't just volatile, it's systematically manipulated in ways that make traditional stock market manipulation look like child's play. And the crazy part, it's all happening right in front of us, but most people don't know what to look for. There's a wallet that has been involved in over 40 different cryptocurrency launches, not investments launches. This same wallet address shows up as one of the initial holders in dozens of different coins that later went viral on social media. Here's where it gets interesting. This wallet follows the exact same pattern every single time. It accumulates a massive position in a new coin when it's worth basically nothing. Then, over the course of several weeks, other wallets start buying in. These aren't random retail investors like you and me. These are coordinated wallets that all seem to follow the same buying patterns at the same times in the same amounts. The price starts climbing. Social media accounts start posting about this hidden gem they just discovered. YouTube videos pop up with titles like "This coin could make you rich" or "The next Bitcoin is here." Reddit posts start appearing in cryptocurrency forums with detailed analysis about why this particular coin is going to revolutionize whatever industry it claims to be disrupting. And then, just as retail investors start piling in, just as the coin reaches its peak hype cycle, something interesting happens. That original wallet, along with all the coordinated wallets that helped pump the price, start selling, not all at once. That would be too obvious. They sell gradually, strategically, in amounts that don't trigger massive price drops, but steadily drain the liquidity from the market. By the time retail investors realize what's happening, the coordinated group has already extracted most of their profits. The artificial liquidity that made it seem like there was genuine demand for the coin disappears, the price crashes, and thousands of people who thought they were investing in the future of finance are left holding worthless tokens. These groups don't just manipulate individual coins, they manipulate entire market narratives. They'll coordinate to pump coins in specific sectors, maybe DeFi tokens 1 month, NFT related coins the next, then gaming tokens after that. They create artificial trends that make it seem like there's genuine institutional or retail interest in particular types of cryptocurrency projects. And here's where it gets really insidious. These groups have figured out how to game social media algorithms. They don't just rely on organic hype, they use networks of fake accounts, bot farms, and paid influencers to amplify their chosen narratives across Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube. They've turned market manipulation into a science. They schedule coordinated posting schedules where dozens of accounts would post about the same coin within minutes of each other, using slightly different wording, but essentially the same message. They figured out the optimal times to post for maximum engagement, the exact hashtags that will get their content seen by the most people, and how to make their manipulation look like genuine grassroots enthusiasm. These groups are essentially parasites feeding off the emotions and financial desperation of regular people. They've weaponized FOMO, fear of missing out, and turned it into a systematic wealth extraction mechanism. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what about the legitimate cryptocurrencies? What about Bitcoin and Ethereum? Surely those aren't manipulated in the same way. And you'd be partially right. The larger, more established cryptocurrencies are harder to manipulate because of their size and liquidity. But even Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't immune to coordinated manipulation efforts. There are large holders, often called whales, coordinate their trading activities to create artificial price movements. They'll simultaneously sell large amounts to crash the price, triggering panic selling from retail investors, then buy back in at lower prices. It's a classic manipulation tactic that's been used in traditional markets for decades, but in crypto, it's amplified because of the 24/7 trading, global accessibility, and lack of regulatory oversight. And there are entire communities dedicated to what they call rug pulling. These are groups that specifically create cryptocurrency projects with the sole intention of stealing investor money. Here's how it works: they'll create a professional looking website, write a compelling white paper about their revolutionary blockchain technology, maybe even get some minor celebrity endorsements or fake partnerships with legitimate companies. They'll launch their coin with a big marketing campaign, get people excited about the potential returns, and then once they've collected enough investor money, they'll simply disappear. The technical term for this is a rug pull because they literally pull the rug out from under investors. One day the project exists, the next day the website is gone, the social media accounts are deleted, and the developers have vanished with millions of dollars in investor funds. These people weren't stupid or greedy. They were just regular individuals who got caught up in sophisticated marketing campaigns designed to exploit their hopes and dreams. And the worst part, there's virtually no recourse for victims of cryptocurrency fraud. Unlike traditional investments, there's no FDIC insurance, no regulatory body to file complaints with, no legal framework for recovering stolen funds. This brings me to another harsh reality about cryptocurrency investing that most people don't realize until it's too late. The entire ecosystem is designed to transfer wealth from uninformed retail investors to sophisticated operators who understand how to game the system. Think about it this way: in traditional stock markets, there are market makers, regulatory oversight, disclosure requirements, and established legal frameworks that provide at least some protection for individual investors. In cryptocurrency markets, it's essentially the Wild West. Anyone can create a coin, anyone can make claims about its potential value, and anyone can disappear with investor money with minimal legal consequences. But the manipulation goes even deeper than individual scam projects. There are coordinated efforts to manipulate the entire cryptocurrency narrative in mainstream media. There are PR firms that specialize in placing positive cryptocurrency stories in major publications, often without disclosing that these stories are essentially paid advertisements. Other instances where the same PR firm was simultaneously promoting dozens of different cryptocurrency projects using nearly identical language and making similar claims about revolutionary technology and massive profit potential. And they figured out how to manufacture credibility by getting their clients featured in legitimate news outlets, creating the illusion that there's genuine journalistic interest in these projects. And it's not just small unknown publications. There are major financial news outlets, technology magazines, and even mainstream newspapers. The average person reading these articles has no idea they're essentially reading marketing materials disguised as objective journalism. This manufactured credibility then gets amplified across social media, creating a feedback loop where fake legitimacy generates real investment from unsuspecting individuals. It's a sophisticated propaganda machine designed to separate people from their money. But let me tell you about something that really disturbed me. I discovered that some of these manipulation networks specifically target vulnerable populations. They've identified that people going through financial hardship, recent graduates with student loan debt, and individuals approaching retirement are particularly susceptible to get rich quick cryptocurrency schemes. They use targeted advertising on social media platforms to reach these demographics with carefully crafted messages about financial freedom, early retirement, and escaping the traditional financial system. They prey on people's desperation and financial anxiety, offering cryptocurrency investment as a solution to their problems. There are advertising campaigns that specifically targeted people who had recently searched for terms like debt relief, bankruptcy, student loan forgiveness, or retirement planning. These campaigns promise that cryptocurrency investment could solve their financial problems, often with testimonials from fake success stories and manipulated profit projections. What makes this particularly insidious is that these campaigns are designed to look educational rather than promotional. They'll create content that appears to be objective analysis or financial advice, but it's actually sophisticated marketing designed to drive people towards specific cryptocurrency investments that benefit the campaign creators. Now, you might be wondering how I know all this. Every cryptocurrency transaction is recorded on a public ledger, while individual wallet addresses are pseudonymous, meaning they don't directly reveal the identity of their owners. Patterns of behavior can be analyzed to identify coordinated activities. And by tracking the flow of funds between addresses, the timing of transactions, and the correlation between trading activities and social media campaigns, it's possible to map out about these manipulation networks. But here's something that might surprise you. Some of the most successful cryptocurrency manipulators aren't hiding in the shadows. They're operating in plain sight, building personal brands as cryptocurrency experts and thought leaders. They figured out that the best way to manipulate markets is to become trusted voices in the cryptocurrency community. And these individuals build large social media followings by providing seemingly valuable analysis and market insights. They establish credibility by making some accurate predictions and sharing legitimate information about blockchain technology. Then, once they've built trust with their audience, they start subtly promoting specific investments that benefit them financially. And they'll never directly tell their followers to buy a specific coin. Instead, they'll share their analysis about why certain projects have potential, or they'll mention that they've personally invested in particular coins. And their followers, trusting their expertise, often follow their lead without realizing they're being manipulated. Traditional financial media has largely failed to provide adequate coverage of cryptocurrency markets. Most mainstream financial journalists don't have the technical knowledge to properly analyze blockchain projects, so they often rely on information provided by the projects themselves or by cryptocurrency influencers who may have hidden financial incentives. Meanwhile, cryptocurrency specific media outlets are often funded by the very companies and projects they're supposed to be objectively covering. It's a classic conflict of interest that creates an information environment where promotional content is disguised as objective journalism. This information pollution has real consequences for individual investors. People make investment decisions based on what they believe is objective analysis, not realizing they're being influenced by sophisticated marketing campaigns designed to benefit specific projects or individuals. This culture serves the interests of early investors and project creators who benefit from continued buying pressure, but it can be financially devastating for individuals who get caught up in it. I've seen people continue to invest in declining projects because the community convinced them that selling would make them weak hands or paper hands. The social pressure to maintain optimism and continue investing, even in the face of obvious problems or declining values, is unlike anything I've seen in traditional investment communities. It's a form of groupthink that can override individual judgment and lead to catastrophic financial decisions. What community members don't realize is that these trusted voices are often receiving significant financial compensation for their promotional activities. It's crazy what the world has come to so far, and even more interesting what it'll be like in the future, to be honest. What are your thoughts on everything crypto? A scam, a cash cow, or something in between? Appreciate you staying as long as you did, because you didn't have to, but I imagine if you did, it's because you like the content. So feel free to subscribe and comment with your thoughts on anything I may have missed, or just comments on how you're feeling. Oh, love you all. See you soon.